Should I say my name, or is it going to be in the... Hello everyone, my name is Colinda, and I am a SharePoint consultant at AMT Evolve. I'm going to give you a little bit of background about how I got here. So my career in information management started in 2001 as an archives and library technician. I worked for several years in archives, and then I progressed to being a records management consultant in 2006. After that, I actually took a little bit of a break from my information and records management career and studied English as a second language training. So I became certified as an ESL teacher, and the process for that gave me a wealth of knowledge on how to train people. Now, yes, it was for ESL, but a lot of those skills, of course, are transferable. I learned different teaching methods, the different way adults and children learn, different ways to engage people, to write lesson plans, to develop material, etc. So I found it incredibly useful to bring forward to my training sessions within records management and SharePoint. So the ESL took me to Turkey for a year where I had a great time, but then realized, you know what, I'm not going to do this forever, and I want to get back into records and information management. So that's when I moved to the UK. I settled in London, and my first job in London was implementing SharePoint for a charity. So I was part of the team to do that, and let me tell you, that was my first exposure to SharePoint, and I fell in love with it. I absolutely think it's an amazing system to do what it can do, manage your information, be an intranet, and so much more. So I worked there for over a year and helped do a phased approach of implementation, everything from gathering metadata and consulting with different teams to all the way to building the sites and workflows and so on. After that, I worked as a SharePoint records manager at the University of Westminster, again implementing SharePoint as a document management system and helping my team implement it as an intranet. During that, I did loads of training as well, everything from small groups, one-on-one, to well over 20 or 30 people. So after my time in London, I moved to Portsmouth and started working for AMT Evolve, and absolutely love what I'm doing here as a SharePoint consultant and doing the training. What are my passions? My passions are actually what I just spoke about with my background. I am incredibly passionate about training people and helping people, training them in information and records management, how to work more efficiently and effectively, and then how to use SharePoint to do that. That's a difficult one. I don't think I can decide on one favorite thing about SharePoint. If I put my trainer hat on, my favorite thing about SharePoint is that it's user-friendly. It's familiar if people have been using Microsoft products before, and on top of that, Microsoft gives you multiple ways to do the same thing, so it takes into consideration that different people do things differently. If I have my records management hat on, I absolutely love the fact that SharePoint allows you to manage information throughout its life cycle. So from creation all the way to disposition. You know, in creation, you can create the documents right within the library that can have various properties or workflows attached to them. To use and manage the information, you can collaborate easily, you can share it so you're not sending attachments. It has version history and version management built right in, so you always know you're working on the most up-to-date version, you know, things like that. And then of course, for the final disposition, you have retention labels that you can attach to the files. So from my records management perspective, it's amazing for managing information through its life cycle. It's those light bulb moments or those smiles on the faces that you see when you know that the student has either just discovered something within SharePoint or Office 365 that they know can help them do their job better. I had a trainee come up to me after I had done the end user training with them, and he said to me, "Colinda, tonight is the first night that I'm going to go home and not be upset or stressed about SharePoint." And he said that after using SharePoint for over 6 months. He actually said to me, "I'm excited about coming to work tomorrow and using it." It's those moments. that I absolutely love, when I know I'm helping people, when I know I'm improving their work life. Because if you improve their work life, well, you just improve their life altogether. I once won a most contagious laughter contest. And winning that contest triggered 2 other fun events. I was asked to be in a laughter documentary that was going to be broadcast on a TV channel. And I was asked to attend a laughter yoga workshop, which was facilitated by the laughter yoga guru, the person who had invented it. So I was attending this workshop over 2 days and doing a lot of laughing, and they were filming. And I also did a couple of other events for the filming of this documentary. That if you come to the training, perhaps I'll tell you about, because they're a bit embarrassing. And in the end, I was in the documentary, but the funniest part about it is that all that was left of me was one shot of me rolling around hysterically on the floor laughing, and then cutting to an interview clip of me saying, "I'm just a big goof. I laugh at myself all the time." So yeah, there's a fun fact about me. I have the most contagious laughter.